people, first of all, I am going to say I'm sorry if you hear like some noise. I don't know if the cam is going to record it, but I have a very selfish neighbor upstairs and she cleans using a hose. So there's a lot of water running around, and yes, that's a problem because she is, yeah, I don't know, she's, I will say lots of things, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut because, you shouldn't clean like that, and she puts my home at risk using all this water, but she doesn't care. Okay, just forget it. Just trying to explain. If you hear this noise, that's why. I'm sorry. And we are going to be reviewing this book today. It's Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and I have to say that I love this cover. There's lots of different covers, and I have to say that I love the one from Golan's the best because I love how detailed the snake is and the little patches it has, that's some sort of glitter. It looks like a skin, so it's very cool. And I have to say that I have loved seeing Leigh Bardugo tackling with an adult novel, and I have to say that this one I have loved so much. There's people who says that this novel has a lot of triggers because it deals with things like drug abuse, rape, neglect, parental neglect, and things like that. And I have to say that it's a very mature novel. It's not one of her young adolescent ones, but I didn't suffer much with these triggers, and it's not something that she recreates herself in, but it's something that is explained, something happens and there's a reaction, and of course the characters are affected by the things that happen, but I don't think it's very detailed or very graphic. It's my opinion, and there's people who are skimming this part. I just wanted to put it out there so there's things that maybe can trigger you, but I think it's readable, and as it's not very detailed and very, it's not something that it's going to be reminded constantly, although some things are going to be reminded and in the way that it has affected the characters, but it's okay, I guess. What we are going to find here, it's an amazing book that you are going to be lost in the first 2-3 chapters, and I love what Leigh did here. It's like she knows that her readers are smart people, and we are going to find a prologue in which we are going to find our main character, who's called Alex, and she is badly wounded, and she is being pursued by some kind of ghost or monsters or magic or whatever, and we don't know anything. And then we are going to find a first chapter that's called Winter, and the prologue is early spring, so it's important to know these things because then we were going to find winter, and there is other chapters that are last fall. So when we find these chapters called last fall, it's when Alex arrived to this organization called Lethe. I don't really know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, but she's going to be called upon an organization because she has this ability, which we are going to know more when we begin reading. She sees ghosts called Grace, and she's going to be recruited as a liaison between these houses that are like hate houses that uses magic, and certain things attract the Grace to them, so she's going there to just protect everyone and see that everything goes according to plan. And then we are going to find this timeline that's called Winter, and here she already knows her ropes, she knows what she has to do, and we are going to find her reeling from the fact that the person who was teaching her, it's no longer around, something happened, and it's going to be a mystery to know what happened to this person who was teaching her. And also we are going to begin piecing together everything that's going on. And I love that this book is written in this way because it's like these two separate timelines that are giving you clues so that you can get to understand everything that's going on in the book. And it's amazing because it's a very smart way in which the reader can begin to piece together the puzzle and to get to a satisfying conclusion about everything that's going on. And I have loved this. I have to say that this is a very, as I say, very mature book, and we are going to find magic, and we are going to find this ghost called Grace, but it's going to be, it's not young adolescent novel. It's going to tackle very important things like the place of women, not only now but through times. The thing that sometimes that you see someone that you think that someone can be abused because it comes from a bad background, and there's people who get lost in the cracks, and these people needs a hand to be saved too. And we are going to find the result of when people find themselves without any kind of support and they are alone in the world and they make bad decisions, and one silly bad decision leads to another silly bad decision until there is a lot of bad decisions piling up. And we are going to find people who are trafficking with drugs and who are selling themselves to pay debts and all these things. So it's a very hard sometimes to read novel, and I have to say that despite that, it made me think a lot about the lucky people that are born without wanting for anything. We're going to find rich people in this book who have everything, and despite having everything, they have the looks, they have the intelligence, they have the money, and they are going to want more, and they want to take what it's not allowed to them. And we are going to find people who is like regular people, normal people, who are going to be able to help, who are going to be able to say this stops here, so they're going to make their voices hear, and that's important. And as I say, this book made me think about the chance of being born in one side on another side, and how it affects the possibilities you have, the chances you have to become one person or another person. And also, of course, you have the power of deciding where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you are born in the good place, if you are a bad person, or if you're born in the bad place. If you're a good person, you can make a chance. So there is also the fact of people who abuse other, more in like men who abuse women and try to take advantage of them, and how maybe women united can best them. And also we are going to find these 8 organizations who are vying for power, who are trying to do whatever they can so they can maintain the status quo, their magic, everything. And we are going to see, as I say, people who are falling in the cracks. And I have to say, I love this book so much, and I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil the book for anyone. But let's say that we're going to have 2 mysteries. What happened to the person who was a mentor to Alex? Because very soon we realize that this person has disappeared, and we are going to find the whys very near the end of the book. And we are also going to be following, there is this girl who gets killed, and there is going to be this mystery as to whom has killed her and why. So yeah, there is like these 2 different timelines that converge into one with these 2 main mysteries. And I have to say that I love the way this book is narrated because it's amazing. Leigh Bardugo, it's an amazing writer, and she brings to the fore an amazing story about revenge, about ghosts, about the veil, the possibility of crossing the veil, of redemption, it's amazing. So yeah, read it. Also the characters are amazing. I love Alex, this character that began making bad decisions and she ends in a very bad place, and also she can see ghosts. So everyone thinks she's crazy, that she's making it up. Maybe as a child, it doesn't matter because all childs talk with imaginary friends, but in her case, it's something more. So she has spent all her life kind of running from something she doesn't really understand. Why ghosts can see her, why she can see them, what's going on. And also, she was doing drug traffic, and yeah, she's not usual heroine type. She is a very special person in my eyes, because she's going to show the world as she sees it, from a side that maybe it's not usually represented. We usually have heroes that come from a more, I don't know, neat background, but we are going to find this person who comes from a lower point in life and wants to do better. And for me, that was a very powerful message, the idea that we all can be redeemed if we want to be redeemed, if we want to fight for what's right. And also we are going to find her just making decisions. Sometimes she still remembers all the bad things that happened to her, so she's going to make decisions based on the survivor mode. She's going to eat a lot because she has been stuck serving. She is going to try to serve herself because no one will try to do that. And we are going to see how she begins to open up and to trust people and all of that. So she's a character that makes just an amazing arc, and I love her to bits. Also, all the other characters that we are going to find, they are also very fleshed out, and they are all amazing. The secondaries, other characters like Dowers, Darlington, the Dantes, the organization that Leigh has created, everything in this book, it's amazing. I know honestly that my review is going to be like crazy because there's lots of things that I want to say, and I don't know how to say them all, and I don't know what to say and what not to say, so not to spoil the reading for anyone. So I'm going to say that if you love Leigh Bardugo, just pick this book because you are going to love it. And if you like eerie, creepy readings with a lot of characters who have these amazing lives that are real, if you like to see people that comes from bad places trying to do better, if you like books that makes you think about faith, religion, redemptions, chances and the power of empowering each other, just pick this one because you are going to love it. Yeah, even if my review is kind of weird, I hope that you pick this book because you're going to love it. So thank you for watching. Bye.